Bonjour à tous et bienvenue. Merci, vous pouvez rejoindre nous pour la séance de la PNQ. À mes côtés, Patrick Hilbert. Bonjour Patrick.
Bonjour Priscilla.
Alors, PNQ, encore une fois, axé l'aube allégation de sniffing qui finit faire, comme on connaît, par l'ancien CEO de Mauritius Telecom, Sherry Singh. Leader de l'opposition, Xavier Duval, peut demander Premier ministre Pravin Jugnut si après cette allégation-là, il est d'accord pour mettre sur pied un select committee composé de senior members du gouvernement et de l'opposition pour examiner toute cette affaire, incluant une déclaration conflictuelle de différents protagonistes. Un petit rappel des faits, tout finit commencer, comme on connaît, avec l'entretien de Sherry Singh qui finit accordé à Nawaz Nourbuks Law Radio Plus. Côte l'ancien CEO de MT, fin dire qu'il fin refuse, applique une instruction au Premier ministre qui fin demande autorise un third party pour installer un équipement pour contrôle trafic internet dans le pays. Et dans le Parlement, semaine dernière, Patrick, Pravin Jugnut fin rejette en bloc cette allégation-là.
En effet, le chef du gouvernement fin confirmé qu'il fin gagne une conversation téléphonique avec l'ex-CEO de Mauritius Telecom, mais seulement pour une demande d'autorisation à l'équipe technique de l'Inde pour gagner accès à baie du Jacoté pour faire un survey de la sécurité d'État. Pravin Jugnut fin insisté qu'il jamais les fin question pour installer un équipement qui permet sniffing ou interception de données comme allégué par Sherry Singh. Le Premier ministre fin aussi révélé qu'il fait une déposition à la police après cette allégation-là contre lui. Ensuite, la semaine dernière, CCID fin débarqué dans Radio Plus pour prendre un statement avec Nawaz Nourbuks à titre de témoin et que la CCID fin prend une copie de l'émission.
Oui, alors, et puis, Patrick, le même jour, Sherry Singh donne un entretien à nos confrères de l'Express.mu. Il fin dire qu'il y en a une preuve, mais qu'il n'est pas capable de dévoiler en raison du secret d'État. En revanche, il dit qu'il est capable de présenter devant une instance appropriée. L'ex-CEO de Mauritius Telecom fin alors donc faire état d'une intervention physique et illégale au câble SAFE.
Et puis jeudi dernier, Sherry Singh fin convoqué au CCID pour un interrogatoire under warning après la plainte du Premier ministre. Pour diffusion de fausses informations, entre autres, l'ex-CEO de Mauritius Telecom peut aussi interroger pour soupçon de diffamation criminelle et de breach of ICTA. Interrogatoire qui peut continuer aujourd'hui encore.
Oui, qui peut continuer cet après-midi, qui nous peut suivre encore le Radio Plus. Mais jusqu'ici, il faut le souligner, Sherry Singh fin confirmé qu'il est fin dire la vérité lors de son interview. Et la prochaine étape de enquêteur sera l'interrogatoire du Chief Technical Officer de Mauritius Telecom, qui, dans une lettre au chairman de cette institution-là, donc au lendemain de l'interview de Sherry Singh le 2 juillet, peut dire donc qu'il n'a aucun équipement de sniffing qui finit installé à baie du Jacoté. Alors, la séance parlementaire pour démarrer dans quelques petites minutes, évidemment. Donc, nous poursuivons ça en live. Donc, est-ce que nous pouvons attendre, Patrick, encore une fois, à une séance houleuse aujourd'hui?
Tous les ingrédients sont là, Priscilla, donc il paraît qu'il est capable d'un potentiel d'une séance assez houleuse. Donc la private notice question aujourd'hui de Xavier Duval et de l'opposition, on dit qu'il hypothèse par rapport à une allégation que Sherry Singh fait concernant le sniffing à baie du Jacoté, landing station. Donc ce qui est le Premier ministre d'accord pour la mise sur pied d'un select committee de senior members de la Chambre, que ce soit de l'opposition et de le gouvernement, pour examiner tout le sujet, et including conflicting statements made by various protagonists.
Et nous prenons tout de suite la direction de l'Assemblée nationale.
Announcements, none. Papers have been laid. Questions?
Leader.
My question is addressed to Honorable Prime Minister. Whether in regard to the allegations made by Mr. SS concerning sniffing at the Baie de Jacoté landing station, he will state if he will agree to the setting up of a select committee of senior members of the House from both government and opposition to look into the whole matter, including conflicting statements made by various protagonists.
Mr. Speaker, sir, as the House is aware, the setting up of a select committee is the prerogative of the National Assembly. The procedure for the setting up of a select committee, which comprises members of the National Assembly, is provided for under Standing Order 70 of the Standing Orders and Rules of the National Assembly. As a matter of fact, Standing Order 70 makes the following provisions, inter alia, for the setting up of select committees other than sessional select committees, and I quote, "A select committee other than a sessional select committee shall be appointed by resolution of the Assembly on a motion made and shall consist of such members as may be nominated by the Speaker. Such committee may be ordered by the Assembly to consider or take evidence upon any bill or matter and to report their opinion for the information and assistance of the Assembly. Every select committee shall make a report to the Assembly upon matters referred to them before the end of the session in which the committee was appointed. But if a committee find themselves unable to complete their investigations before the end of the session, they may so report to the Assembly. The report from a select committee shall be presented by its chairperson and shall be laid on the table," unquote. Mr. Speaker, sir, the terms of reference of the select committee shall be those contained in the resolution of the House setting up such a committee. The scope of the inquiry by a select committee is defined by the terms of the order under which the select committee is appointed and may include, and I quote, "power to send for persons, papers, and records, and to appoint such number of specialist advisors thereto, and to make such recommendations as it deems fit," unquote. Mr. Speaker, sir, however, I wish to highlight the fact that Standing Order 7110 also provides as follows, and I quote, "Witnesses shall not answer questions relating to cabinet documents or proceedings, communication between officers and ministers, communication between ministers, material the publication of which may be injurious to national interest, opinion of judicial officers, legal advice to ministers and departments, communication between officers and third parties relating to formulation of policy, and material which by statute is required to be kept secret," unquote. Mr. Speaker, sir, in accordance with Standing Order 7014, the report of a select committee is presented by its chairperson and is laid on the table of the Assembly. After the laying of the report, the mover of the motion may choose to come with another motion on a subsequent date to the effect that the report of the select committee on the subject matter, which will have been laid on the table of the Assembly, be approved. The motion will be moved and debate will follow thereon, following which a vote will be taken for its adoption by the Assembly. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to refer the Leader of the Opposition to my reply to the private notice question of 5th of July, and more specifically to my reply to parliamentary questions B771 and B775 on 12th of July 2022 regarding the allegations made by Mr. SS, former Chief Executive Officer of Mauritius Telecom. I gave a chronology of the facts leading to the survey mission by the technical team from India at the Bejakote landing station. I highlighted in my reply that the allegations made by Mr. SS were baseless and unsubstantiated, and that I had never given any instructions for the installation of any sniffing equipment, and that the only objective of the survey was in the interest of national security. Mr. Speaker, sir, I also highlighted that since Mr. SS had not reported the matter to the police, despite my invitation to him to do so, I personally gave a statement to the police on 11th of July 2022, which triggered an inquiry into those allegations. It is public knowledge that, following my statement to the police, the former Chief Executive Officer is currently being questioned by the police. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to emphasize that since the very first day in relation to this baseless allegation, I have been consistently saying that the purpose of the visit of the technical team to Bejakote landing station was for a technical survey, and that no equipment has been installed at the landing station to enable sniffing or interception of internet traffic. Thus, there have been no conflicting statements on my side. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members are aware that a report of a select committee can be subject of debate in the National Assembly, but cannot be used to institute any criminal proceedings. In case there is any incriminating evidence against any person in the report, the police will have to start an inquiry afresh on the matter and call for evidence. Mr. Speaker, sir, I repeat that the allegations of Mr. SS are indeed baseless and gratuitous and reveal ulterior motives. As I stated in the National Assembly last Tuesday, the false statement, declaration, and publication of Mr. SS have caused and are causing irreparable prejudice to Mauritius, the government, my office, and my person as Prime Minister. Since this represents a grave risk to national security, I have deemed it my duty to report the matter to the police myself. Mr. Speaker, sir, since police inquiry has already started and is ongoing, the setting up of a parallel exercise to consider or take evidence by a select committee is indeed, I repeat, not only superfluous, but also totally unjustified. Mr. Speaker, sir, the opposition has a sinister agenda, which is to poison the minds of the people through baseless allegations, insinuations, and deliberate mudslinging, targeting government institutions, and myself also. We are not going to give way to the hysteria of this opposition, which is causing much harm to our country and to our economy. I have always acted in the best interests of the Republic of Mauritius and will continue to do so.
Mr. Speaker, let me just say firstly that nobody believes that there will be an independent police inquiry. Everybody knows that it is just a farce. This is why, And because it is causing irreparable damage to the reputation of Mauritius, in Mauritius and overseas. Just see what the South African ambassador said yesterday. This is why I'm giving the opportunity to the Prime Minister to appoint a select committee. We can fine-tune the rules of the National Assembly as every other country has done in the Commonwealth. That's not the issue. The idea is that we have senior members, ex-members of government here in the opposition, who I'm sure can be more trusted than some police officer. And I'm offering the Prime Minister the chance to come clean and clear his own name, if that is possible. And that is what I'm saying. Why don't you accept a balanced select committee to clear your name and to clear the reputation of Mauritius?
May I know from the Honourable Leader of the Opposition what Her Excellency, the High Commissioner of South Africa, has said in relation to this case?
I refer you to the DEFI of this morning. I'm not going to read the paper for you. Mr. Speaker, I'm going to ask the Prime Minister.
May I reply?
Yes.
May I reply? No. Yeah, if you... No, but if you...
I'm asking the Prime Minister whether he's aware, and he has quoted ad nauseum the fact that the ex-CEO of the MT, Mauritius Telecom, knew from 21st October onwards of the survey. Now I have his letter here, which he gave to the CCID, and there is no reference there at all. No reference there at all to any survey. Neither does the letter of 22nd of December. So how, in what way, when you are quoting from 21st of October onwards, that Mr. SS was aware that you wanted the survey? This is not corroborated by the letters that were issued by your office.
Mr. Speaker, sir, let me again say, before I reply to this question, I'm not going to find out what Her Excellency, the South African High Commissioner, has said from a newspaper, either when he comes to this assembly. If he's a serious leader of the opposition, he states exactly what the High Commissioner has said, and don't refer me to some other publication. But I'm sure he cannot say anything. He's just bluffing and saying, and in fact using a diplomatic person, a High Commissioner of South Africa, to put and to try to make people believe that she has said something which is not really correct. Tell us what she has said yourself. Now, secondly, I reply to your question. Well, let me answer. Let me answer. You are not even able to say anything what she has said. You're just bluffing. You're just bluffing. Now, let me say, Mr. Speaker, sir, I maintain what I have said, that since the 21st, at least, I say at least, since the 21st of October, Mr. SS was aware that a survey was going to be carried out. There are witnesses, there is evidence, but this testimony will be forwarded, of course, will be taken by the police. And then you will see.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister should know that his arrogance doesn't impress me at all. Drop it. The second thing, Mr. Speaker, letters do not corroborate what Mr. SS has been very precise in what he said up to now. The Prime Minister has been flu. The letters do not corroborate what he has said. Similarly, Mr. Speaker, when he spoke last week, he said that on the 22nd of December, a reminder was sent to Mr. SS because he had not responded at all to your first letter, your officer's first letter of 21st of October. Does he know, Mr. Speaker, that Mr. SS met the Secretary to Cabinet 3 days after the issue of that letter of 21st October to tell him about the real qualms that he had concerning the security, this time real security issues with giving this sort of information that was requested in the letter, which, as I said, there was no mention of survey, not even anywhere the word survey, neither in the letter of 21st or 22nd or in the questionnaire that is attached to that letter.
Mr. Speaker, sir, Leader of the Opposition is saying my statements or whatever I am giving, whatever I have stated either in this house or outside this house are flu, right? Flu. Here comes somebody who makes allegations, very serious allegations, against my person, against the security division of my ministry. And first of all, he doesn't go to the police himself. He doesn't make any declaration. And rightly so. Question was asked by Honorable Eshan Juman and Honorable Asia Baden, asking whether I have reported the matter. He should have reported. He doesn't report. Somebody is committing something which is illegally, committing a very serious offense. He doesn't go to the police. I invited him to go to the police. He doesn't go. I had to report the matter to the police. And thereafter, as I say, because of this, the way that Mr. SS has been making allegations, and now they are new ally, the opposition new ally, though also themselves making all sorts of allegations. He was supposed, in reply to what I said, he was supposed, through one of his porte-parole, he was supposed to go again on radio to expose. I was told tsunami is coming, Mr. Speaker, sir. I was told tsunami is coming. And I was waiting for tsunami. It was meant to be on a Friday, 8th July. It was announced on the 5th of July that, irrebuttable evidence will be made public on the 5th of July by his porte-parole. On the 8th of July, Friday, we waited. I don't know whether the leader of the opposition also waited. Nothing happened. He absconded. He didn't go on for the radio interview. I think he had to review his notes.
You don't have the
He had to get prepared. Then tsunami was announced for Tuesday, the 12th of July, on the very day that I was answering questions with regard to Mr. SS in this house. So he waited. Good enough. I am happy that he waited for my answers so that he can get prepared and, he will wave a tsunami against me, against my government. Everybody waited. We listened. I didn't listen to him, but so many people, including members of the opposition, listened to him. And at the end of the radio program, when I was reading the comments, la montagne, just to sum up, la montagne a accouché d'une souris. La montagne a accouché de l'air. Même pas une souris, de l'air. There was nothing. In fact, well, I don't want to mention names. Some members of the opposition also told me, well, nous sommes sur notre attente, sur notre faim. Nous n'avons rien entendu. This is the kind of person, they are, well, ils sont en train de monter Kadadac pour le moment. But let me tell you one thing, let me tell this house one thing. There will come a time where they will not want to be the jockey, they will want to kill the horse himself. This is, I'm saying it before this house. And the population, the country will see. But anyway, talking about survey, nowhere has it been mentioned that there will be carried out a survey mission. The letter of the 12th of April mentions of a survey mission. I am maintaining survey mission. The purpose of that mission was communicated to Mr. SS well before, and on the 12th, by a letter from the security division of my ministry, it was communicated to him again that access, we are asking for access to the Beige à côté landing station to carry out a survey mission. Now, if he was not, well, Mr. Speaker, let me answer. This is a serious matter. Mais hello. When you ask question, I don't stop you though.
Order.
Because
Both sides of the House, order. Order.
I'm not shouting you because you don't hear. That's why.
Continue.
So I was saying, Mr. Speaker, sir, on the 12th of April, if he was not agreeable to the survey mission to be carried out, he stays in office. He stays in office, and I've listened to his justification why he stays in office. He stays in office to collect evidence.
You don't have the floor.
To collect evidence. It's as if somebody is going to commit a murder. He allows the person to commit the murder. He gathers the evidence and says, yeah, you see now, there's an offense that has been committed. What people will see at the end of the day, what nonsense this is all about.
Speaker, the letter of 12th April is a fake. It is not a genuine letter. I'm informed that there's no recollection of this letter anywhere else apart from the PMO. But that is for him to prove. And this is why I'm asking for a select committee. Because he has to prove all these things. I'm saying also, Mr. Speaker, I'm asking also to the Prime Minister this question concerning this famous report, which has conveniently been leaked in all the papers of the CTO, which is dated the 2nd of July. 2 months or so after the Baie de Jacotay intervention. Was this letter written at the PMO? And did the CTO, because he's still around, did the CTO sign this under duress after having been given various options of letter? Straight question, answer it by straight answer.
I wish that the honorable leader of the opposition repeats what he has said. If he is a serious leader of the opposition, he repeats that outside the House, not under parliamentary immunity, and then I will deal with him. Coming to this House and saying all sorts of nonsense. Mr. Speaker, sir, I hope Mr. SS, in his statement that he's giving now, I hope he says that this is a fake letter. I hope he says that it is a fake letter, one. And secondly, I hope he says that there is duress with regard to whatever letter this CTO has written. And then if you have the courage, you go outside and then you repeat what you say.
If you have the courage, Prime Minister, appoint a select committee. We don't need anything else from you. We don't need anything else from you. Appoint only a select committee. Change the rules if necessary, and we will vote for them. Why are you hiding? Why are you afraid of the truth? This is Parliament. I don't need to go on the street. I'm asking you the questions in Parliament. That is my right. And it is your duty to answer in truth about what is being said. Mr. Speaker,
yes,
I'm going to ask about this famous... No, I'm going to ask about this famous letter...
Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Leader of the Opposition, you're out of order, please. You put a question, you made a statement, the Prime Minister wants to reply. Allow him. Allow him. I am allowing him to reply.
I am not afraid of you, though. You, your party, your alliance making blasphemous.
Order! Order! Both sides of the House, order! Prime Minister and Leader of the Opposition, I need silence to conduct business. No cross-talking. Now it's your turn to...
I have to answer. Yes.
To reply.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I am not afraid neither of this leader of the opposition, nor of this l'Alliance de l'Espoir, nor of any member of that l'Alliance de l'Espoir, whom we can see their behavior, the way they are denigrating They are denigrating people who are performing prayers at Grand Bassin in a sacred moment. Hein? Ça, c'est l'alliance.
Order, please. Order. Continue with your reply.
I am not afraid.
Order. I am on my feet. Order.
And because I am not afraid, that is why I have given a statement to the police. I have given a statement to the police for the police to inquire, and this is going, at the end of the day, when the inquiry is going to be completed, the matter will be referred to the DPP for the DPP to take a stand. Instead of, as I say, instead of wasting time, we will have a select committee. As I say, what is going to be the ultimate objective of the select committee? After a report would have been drafted, there would have been a report. The report would be laid on the table of this National Assembly. There's going to be debate on that. All blah, 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 blah again. We are not going to have another show. That show, I can tell you, that show will not last for very long.
Mr. Speaker, Prime Minister wants us to believe that the CCID, headed by someone on contract that he has himself recruited, he has himself renewed the contract, is going to investigate his own actions. Nobody in Mauritius believes that. Now I'm going to ask the Prime Minister this question. The famous CTO report, you have not replied, whether it was done at the PMO or not. Perhaps you will reply later. This famous CTO report of 22nd of July, which apparently was written at the PMO, this one. There was a previous one by the manager there, Mr. GM, who is in fact a specialist of cables, etc. Now, Mr. GM apparently has submitted a report very close to 15th April. And there, he has actually told the whole truth of what happened at Baie de Jacques. So, given that you have now leaked the CTO report of 2nd of July, will you now accept to publish the previous technical reports issued by people who attended that exercise? That's the question.
You are, again, leader of the opposition is only, up to my knowledge, is making only frivolous allegations. That supposedly there's a report of 15th of April. Where's the report? Where's it? There's no report. You want me to produce something which doesn't exist? Huh? Where's your report? Where is your report? What is in the report? Tell us. Then I will answer you.
Leader
you come and say there's a report.
Are you in a position to table the report? Are you in a position to table the report you mentioned?
This is why I'm asking for a select committee, because there are so many conflicting reports.
Order! 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 Order, leader of the opposition. My question is, and very simple, you mentioned a report. Are you in a position to table the report?
If I was in a position to table the report, I would be called Mr. Sherry Singh. I leave it to him to do his job. I've answered you. I've answered.
The question is simple, requires a simple answer, either yes or no.
You ask me a question.
No, I am the speaker.
Who are you?
I am the speaker. No, I am the speaker. So I take it you don't have any report to table. And that goes hand in hand, sir.
This is Prime Minister's question time. This is not Leader of the Opposition question time. Now, let's go on. Mr. Speaker, I want to know from the Prime Minister. See, you're getting me angry for nothing. All I wanted is a select committee. You're getting me angry for nothing. It doesn't work, arrogance and all that doesn't work with me. Now, Mr. Speaker, I want to know from the Prime Minister, he has etc. here. There was apparently a problem with national security. It's what you have said. You have not told us what it is. You have not told this House. Did you inform Cabinet, the supreme instance power taking in Mauritius? Did you inform Cabinet of the problem that was there and your decision to call in, apparently, whether it was your decision or it was somebody else's decision to ask you that? Did you inform Cabinet, and on what date did you inform Cabinet, please?
Position has been a previous minister and has been a member of Cabinet, knows fully well that matters that are discussed in Cabinet cannot be dealt.
You don't have, why are you bullying the Prime Minister?
Would the Prime Minister...
You don't have the floor.
Would the Prime Minister be surprised to hear from me that
You
Cabinet
don't have the
members
floor.
here
Don't
are
bully
saying
members.
that they are not at all aware of anything, any decision that you've taken with regard to the landing station at Bidjakute? Would you be surprised to hear that from me?
I told you Cabinet matters are not divulged publicly, no, in this House. So, allez, passe to avocat.
Time over.
Ah là là.
We move to the Prime Minister's question time. The table has been advised that PQ B884.
Et voilà donc pour cette séance de la PNQ, donc Xavier Duval qui fait une révine encore une fois, l'aubaine allégation de sniffing qui fait une faire par l'ancien CEO de Mauritius Telecom, Sherry Singh. Le leader de l'opposition, donc comme on fait une suivi, type demande Premier ministre Pravin Jugnut, si après ban allégation, il est d'accord pour mettre sur pied un select committee, donc qui pour composer de ban senior members du gouvernement et de l'opposition pour examiner toute cette affaire, incluant une déclaration conflictuelle de différents protagonistes. Eh bien, la réponse de Pravin Jugnut, donc la mise sur pied de sa select committee qui peut demander par donc le leader de l'opposition Xavier Duval, il peut dire qu'il ne s'est pas justifié. Alors au début de sa réponse, Pravin Jugnut peut dire qu'il prérogative pour mettre sur pied un select committee. Donc, c'est la prérogative de l'Assemblée nationale. Il fait une cause un peu l'aubaine procédure. Il dit qu'il est basé au Standing Order 70. Il dit tout ban membre. Donc, nommé par le Speaker. Alors, tout select committee bise un report à l'Assemblée nationale. Il cause un petit peu l'aubaine terms of reference. Donc, un témoignage qui reste secret. Et il dit qu'il rapport select committee là, il est déposé par chairperson. Il y a ensuite un vote de l'Assemblée nationale pour décider de son adoption. Pravin Jugnut fin dit encore une fois que l'allégation de Sherry Singh est gratuite et baseless. Il dit jamais les fin donne instruction donc pour faire sniffing. Il dit qu'il rappelle qu'il fin fait une déposition à la police après allégation de Sherry Singh. Il dit que technical team donc tient là-bas pour un survey et pena aucun équipement qui finit installé pour faire sniffing. Et Pravin Jugnut, donc, qui répond à Xavier Duval, l'auban conflicting statement, il dit qu'il pena aucun conflicting statement de ce part. Il dit s'il y a moins de soupçons de mal done, donc la police pouvait reprendre l'enquête. Il dit déclaration de Sherry Singh fait une cause préjudice à gouvernement et à Premier ministre. Alors, on rappelle encore une fois, donc, Pravin Jugnut qui peut dire qu'il y a un select committee pas justifié. Il dit que donc l'intention de l'opposition, les sinistres, les people de l'hystérie de l'opposition. Et de ce côté, Xavier Duval peut dire que c'est une force. Tout le monde pensait donc qu'il n'y a pas pour une enquête indépendante. Xavier Duval, donc, qui finit encore une fois, invite Premier ministre pour lave ce nom à travers sa select committee là. Mais Patrick Hilbert finit un volet concernant donc conflicting reports.
Donc d'abord, Priscilla, because lo ban lettre, donc finit deux lettres qui finissent mettre par le bureau, donc le PMO. Fait à Sherry Singh et donc selon Xavier Duval, ça des lettres-là pas fait aucune référence à un survey. Ce à quoi le Premier ministre peut dire qu'il était clair que Sherry Singh, tu connais depuis bien avant, qu'est-ce que ça avait trait à un survey, et il peut maintenir son propos là. Donc il peut accuser Xavier Duval de faire du bluff. Donc, il y maintenait tout ce qu'il dit et il dit que tout ce propos, tout ce déclaration de la fait, bien consistant et puis il n'y a aucune contradiction dans ce propos, le sujet. Donc, Xavier Duval peut dire voilà, que les lettres ne do not corroborate what you said, peut dire qui qui n'a
Donc, il y a propos conflictuels, donc, il peut dire.
voilà, donc il peut dire qu'il Singh, il fait une rencontre, le secrétaire au cabinet, qui est aussi le chairman de Mauritius Telecom, 3 jours après une lettre pour justement dire qu'il est inquiet par rapport à la demande qu'il fait à lui par rapport à tout cet exercice. Donc, Prime Jagnat peut dire que c'est une allégation extrêmement sérieuse. Donc, c'est pour ça qu'il lit une demande à Sherry Singh dans le report the matter to the police. Mais il a attendu quelques jours, ça n'a pas fini de faire. Donc, du coup, le Premier ministre lui-même, il est bizarre aller parce qu'il pour faire toute la lumière sur cette affaire. Donc, il peut dire aussi qu'il voilà, il notait qu'il promet un tsunami, mais jusqu'à l'heure, il n'y a aucun tsunami. Il peut dire, et mon site, la montagne n'a même pas accouché d'une souris, mais accouché de l'air, pour
Reprendre les
reprendre
termes.
les thèmes du Premier ministre. Donc, il peut dire qu'il pour un moment où l'opposition, pas pour envie encore, service à jockey là, c'était service de thème jockey, mais autres pour kill the horse. Donc voilà, après en avril, donc c'était une réunion dans la lettre du Chief Technical Officer de Mauritius Telecom qui finit écrire une lettre au chairman de Mauritius Telecom le 2 juillet. Donc, Pravin Jagnat peut dire comme ça que voilà, ça officiel peut dire dans ce lettre-là qu'il n'y a aucun survey qui finit faire, seulement Xavier Duval et n'a pas de doute dans cette lettre-là. Il peut dire voilà, il peut demander si sa lettre finit rédigée au PMO et est-ce que sa lettre-là finit rédigée sous pression. Pravin Jagnat peut dire qu'il voilà, vient dire qu'il Xavier Duval vient répéter ça en dehors de la lettre et
En dehors du Parlement.
en dehors du Parlement, bien sûr, oui. Et puis selon lui, c'est une fausse lettre.
Ben voilà, donc nous retenir en tout cas cette information. Donc la question principale de Xavier Duval, c'était est-ce qu'il peut mettre sur pied un select committee, donc qui peut composer deux membres du gouvernement et de l'opposition. Xavier Duval, donc qui pose la question et Pravin Jagnat fin dire qui ça select committee là n'est pas justifié. Alors tu as souhaité ajouter.
Oui, parce qu'il n'est pas justifié pour la bonne et simple raison sur le Premier ministre que un select committee, déjà il y a une enquête qui a commencé. Si il y a un select committee, il peut soumettre ce rapport. Rapport là pour débattu au Parlement, donc il peut dire qu'il n'a pas envie d'un autre show par rapport à l'autre show de l'opposition sur ce sujet-là. Et de toute façon, le rapport, une fois déposé, s'il y en a mal donne, l'y référer, donc la police a recommencé l'enquête, le même sujet, alors que déjà il y a une enquête en cours, donc il est complètement inutile de mettre sur pied un select committee de senior members of the House.
Et voilà donc pour le compte-rendu de cette séance de la PNQ. Merci au fin suivi. Le journal complet, donc pour capable réécoute intervention lors de cette PNQ dans le journal de 13h.